Familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So you guys, excuse me for a minute. I just had a really beautiful conversation with Leslie here on YouTube. If you do not know who she is, I'll link her down below. She's such an amazing, amazing person. And I'm just happy that I can find people that you can talk to besides makeup, and especially if you share the same values and, so I just had a really nice conversation with her. So anyway, so today I am here to do pan those eyeshadows, you guys, and it is my last update of the year. The next round you will see is my finale. The month of November is the last update for all of my project pans for the most part. I love to take December off, relax, enjoy the holidays, play with new makeup, refresh myself. I think a good 30 days I get all that out of my system, so then in January I am ready and refreshed to start my project pans all over again. I love to do that every year, and it is a nice mental break too, you guys. So it is my last update, you guys. I have my 5 shadows here. If that is something that interests you, stay tuned. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with an eyeshadow project pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now let's get on with this last update. Alrighty, you guys, so we have our 5 shadows here, and I feel like I say this every year, you guys, the last update, I really slack off. I hustle throughout the whole year, and the last month or so, I just kind of chill a little bit, and I do get a lot of new makeup. Not a lot, I shouldn't say, but a lot of holiday releases come out, so I really like to dive in, because I know that some of you may want to gift them as holiday gifts and things, so I try to take over and make those priority over this, but it's only for a month. So at least for most of the year, you guys know that I am hustling. So we have our 5 shadows here. As always, I'm gonna start with the one that I use the least and go all the way to the last one. First up is Going Coconut. I rolled in Nutty. Nutty is the matte brown. This palette was brand new when I rolled it in. Yes, rolled it in, and I have since played around with quite a bit of this palette, and I've been having fun. And now, as you guys can see, the shadow is a little bit disturbed. This is a matte brown, you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna hit pan. It is pigmented as ever. It is a good pigmented matte shadow. Mattes are a lot harder to hit pan than it is for shimmers, but I've been having a lot of fun with this palette. I've actually taken advantage and have been using this palette specifically for Sundays whenever I head over to church. I feel like it's a really nice Sunday palette. It's enough for me to look put together, but I'm not all up in trying to stand out in the service. So I really like it. I am actually enjoying this a lot, and there's nothing wrong with this palette. Now I understand why a lot of people enjoy it. I have only used this shadow twice. 2 times I've used it. You guys have been slacking. I still have 13 more uses or pan. So this will be a priority. It's not a hard palette to use. It's just I've been having so much fun just playing around with new makeup like I'm wearing today. Up next is my Natasha Denona Safari palette. I rolled in this beautiful raspberry burgundy shade called Masai. I think it's called Masai. I don't know. I could be saying that wrong. I probably am saying it wrong. When I rolled this in, this was completely brand new, you guys. The palette was completely brand new, never touched, never used. And now, as you guys can see, there is a little bit of disturbance in the shadow. I have been using this as an outer V or as a liner, and I've only used this 3 times, you guys, but it's been a lot of fun. Now, I will be honest and upfront, I have not touched any other shadow in here, minus this, the one that I'm concentrating on. I have a hard time reaching for an all matte palette when I'm testing out other ones because I want to use those matte. So if this would have rolled in January, February, I think I would have gotten more use out of it. But right now I'm trying to test out a lot of other palettes that have mattes on them. So I'm only concentrating on the one that I need to. There is no way I'm gonna hit pan. If you guys have ever heard anybody try to pan a Natasha Denona shadow or palette, it takes a lifetime. You are getting your money's worth, and it is very, very pigmented. This is beautiful as an eyeliner, you guys. Even with this look, if I were to put that burgundy right on my lash line, it would really look beautiful with these blues and purples. I think it's a really, really nice shadow. And again, because I haven't played around with the whole palette as a whole, I don't know what the fuss was about, how this palette wasn't great. but on its own, that red one is nice. I've used it 13 times. I have 12 more uses, or pan. It'll be the 12 uses. The third shadow was my single. This is my Looksy Matcha. This is a matte green. I've gotten a lot of mattes, 3 mattes so far. So this one wasn't brand new when I brought it in. I had used it a few times, but not enough to make it look like it was used and abused. And now, as you guys can see, it is loved. It is loved. Again, I've used this as an outer V. I have used this as a liner. I've only used this 3 times since I have purchased this, or since I have brought it in. I don't know why I say purchased. Since I rolled it in, it is a beautiful matte shade. It is beautiful. I have nothing to say bad about it. I love it it's perfect for this time of year too. But again, I'm testing out more shadows. So I am gonna try to use it more. Obviously, I have to use it 12 more times or pan. It'll probably be the 12 uses because it is a matte and it's gonna be hard. So I'm not. That'll be my last single of the year, which I'm excited that it came out of a Z palette. The fourth shade came from California Love from ColourPop. The shadow is Surf Rider. So this palette was used. When I rolled it in, it was used, and you guys, it is a hot mess. One of my shadows fell out of it onto my carpet, which I was very upset about because it couldn't be a matte brow bone shade. No, had to be one that was gonna ruin my carpet. So I rolled in Surfer. It looked disturbed, but it wasn't really used a lot. And now, as you guys can see, it does look like it is used. This is the shadow that popped out. I still have some of it left, but most of it came out, as you guys can see. So this one, I have used it 7 times. I have 8 more times to use it, and then it'll be rolled out. This, out of all the shadows, I had to pick the one that was the crumbliest, the one that is just making a hot mess everywhere, and the one that is more flaky than most of them. So it's harder and it's densely packed, so it is going to be hard to hit pan on it. I don't think I will hit pan. I think I'll just get to the 8 more uses and be done. I've actually been enjoying this as a lower lash line shade. Even with like these colors, if I were to use it on my lower lash line, I think it would look nice. Again, I'm testing out shadows, so I haven't really touched it much since I've gotten newer shadows to play around with. But I have 8 more times to use it. And I think Resolved is helping my carpet because I don't see the stain anymore. But yeah, I cannot believe that the one shadow, this one right here, had to fall out. Couldn't be like that one right there. No, but had to be the one that was like super burnt. And last but not least is my Profusion Emeralds. This one, I have it for the second round. I had only used it about 3 times the last update, and I knew I was going to hit pan. There was no way I wasn't going to hit pan because I have hit pan on Profusion shadows before. And as you guys can see, now I have officially hit pan. I'm happy to say that at least I have another pan under my belt. I did not hit as many pans of shadows as I did last year, but I did get a lot of hard formulas this year to mess around with. And not to mention, I did change my usage goal, but I did hit pan. I hit pan in 10 total uses out of this. I mainly use this as an eyeliner or as a lower lash line. It is a beautiful shade. I had a lot of fun. I incorporated a lot of these shadows in my look, so I was able to play around with this palette. So this will be in my ranking palette coming up either the end of this week or next week. So you're gonna hear my thoughts on this palette as a whole because I was able to play around with a lot of these shadows. And I have pan. When I rolled this in, this was brand new. So at least I was able to use it and enjoy it. Enjoy it. So I will be rolling 1 palette in this round. I don't know how much damage I'll use depending on that shade because I have a ton to use up on this round. All right, before we choose my palettes, I want to share with you guys all of the color stories that we have had up until this point. You guys can see what I've been playing around with, enjoying, loving, and abusing this whole entire year. Alrighty, so I have my trusty Tiny Decisions app. This app is up to date. I just finished, I don't know if you heard it in my shop, my stash, but I just finished entering everything, every little thing in my collection into the Glow In Me app, which I've been playing around with, you guys. Don't worry, that video will be coming this month. So I also was able to update all of my palettes and anything I wanted to put in here into this app. So I do even have the new ones in here. So we are doing one palette. So let's see which lucky palette will be drawn for the last update. Oh my gosh. I told you, I just can't catch a break when it comes to formula. Natasha Denona Bronze. It's basically identical to this one. All right, let me go pull it out. We're going to see which shadow I will be trying to hit pan on. You guys know I'm not going to hit pan on it, but let me just try. Okay, you guys. So here's my Natasha Denona Bronze palette. I just can't catch a break, can I? All right, so I believe there's 15 shadows in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So let me put in 1 through 15, clear the history, so then I don't lower down the thing. So here we go. 1 through 15, guys. Here we go. 6. We have another matte, you guys, which is this shadow right here called Magma. Magma. Yeah, I will not be hitting pan on this one. This is, no, it's not one of her cream to shadow. Kind of, it's like one of her cream to shadows. It feels like it. Guys. Don't judge me if I don't get many uses out of that one. Let me just swatch all of them so you can see them all together. All right, you guys, so here is my color story. And honestly, it is beautiful all together. I am not complaining about it, but it's four mattes and 1 shimmer that is not even that shimmery, you guys. This is why it's hard for me to use it all over the lid. I think I want to do a look using all of these, maybe in a get ready with me or something, just to play around with them. I think it's beautiful. I'm not upset about the color story at all. And for it to be my last color story of the year, it's perfect for November. It's just I was hoping for more shimmer. And look how stained my fingers are. They is stained. All right, you guys. So, what do I predict? I predict that, well, 4 shadows are still lingering here. This one, I believe I'll probably hit my usage goal. And maybe this one, just because they're easier. I don't know. This is a hard one to predict, no joke. Because I don't think I'm going to hit pan. That's it. I think this is going to be it. I think that my least used would be the bronze one. Just because, no, well, it might not. Might end up being like one of these or something. I don't know. This is the first time I'm stumped, just because I know the formulas are super hard to hit pan on, and it's my last round, so I'm not expecting a lot from myself, so I don't know. This is going to be a total surprise for all of us next month whenever I do the finale. So that is it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will put more videos on the screen to give you guys if you want to watch. I'll talk to you guys then. Adios.